about set to go. There are the goaltenders. Mike Liut to the right of your screen from the St. Louis Blues. 2.50 goals against average in the tournament. And there's Esposito's statistics, part of the Chicago Blackhawks. The referee will be Andy Van Hellemond with the linesmen Leon Stickel and Ron Finn. Van Hellemond checking the lights. We're set to go. Puck is dropped and the game is underway. And from the face-off, it's Potvin firing it off the boards and into the United States zone. Out of his net is Esposito. Langway back there. He's checked on the play. Gillies out in front. It's off the stick of Esposito. Morrow for the United States. At center ice, Kristoff breaking down over the line. He's checked on the play. In against the boards. It's Eaves. It's kicked into the corner by Trottier. Talafus is there. Talafus behind the net. Robinson. Potvin. Potvin ahead. Bossy ahead for Trottier. Trottier down over the line. Trottier trying to make a move on Langway, and he's forced behind the net. Trying to roll it out in front. Puck is cleared along the boards. Robinson keeping it in. The shot by Bossy. It's wide of the net, and Potvin moves in. Potvin flipping it into the corner. Trottier to Potvin. He's got Bossy in front. Takes the shot himself. And Esposito is tested early in the hockey game as the puck is cleared down the ice. No icing on this one as Liut stops it at the goal mouth. Robinson to Lafleur, and he fires it down the ice. Back to get it behind his own net will be Howe. And it's called on the icing, a face-off down in the Team Canada zone. There you see Wayne Gretzky. In this tournament, he leads all scorers with a total of 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists in 5 games. Could we expect anything different?
Denny Potvin, again, we see him moving right up, and this is what Team Canada's defensemen have done so often in this tournament, moving right up inside the zone if they see they can get an opportunity. Scotty Bowman likes them to do that. Sometimes they've been caught, however.
Marcel Dion at center now. Gretzky did not take the draw. You will see that he's playing with a bad elbow. The puck is cleared down the ice. Mark Howe behind his net, flips it off the boards. No icing as Langevin clears it along the boards. Picked off by Christian. He can't get it out. Lafleur shoots it in now. Cutting across his Bourque. He takes a weak shot on the U.S. goal. Dion in the corner, jamming away at it. It's covered up, trying to kick it along the boards as Gorence, number 21, is behind the net. Here's Gretzky out in front, and Bourque had it checked away from him by Bob Miller. He pins it in against the boards. Trying to work it along the boards, and Bourque comes up with that puck. Bourque over to Hartsburg. He winds up. The shot is right on, high in the air, and thrown off into the corner by Miller, and he clears it down the ice. There'll be icing here as Hartsburg goes back to touch it and back into the United States zone for a face-off.
Andy Van Hellemond was just waiting for Miller to keep that puck in his hand a little longer. He had that puck against the boards. It looked like he was fielding a hard one.
Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. 1:58 gone in the period. Canada has the only 2 shots. Goring taking the draw. Gainey beats it back to the point. There's the shot. Scores all the way in. The shot taken from the blue line by Brian Engblom.
Very interesting the way Team Canada won that face-off. Butch Goring just got the tap. The importance of the face-off deep in the zone is Bob Gainey moving in, puts the puck back to Brian Engblom and the shot from the point. But it was Bob Gainey moving quickly into the circle when the tap had come from the side over to Gainey. The draw having been won inside by Butch Goring, then to the point. We got the clear shot from the point. Tony Esposito seemed to be screened on the play.
Unassisted goal for Engblom. On the face-off now, we'll give you all of the details in a moment, including the time as the puck is outside the blue line, and Eaves has got it. Clears it in. Not unassisted. That'll go to Goring, of course, and Gainey probably will draw an assist, too, as the puck is behind the net.
Number 23,
Here it is.
Bob Gainey, and number 91, Butch Goring, at 2 minutes, 1 second.
Play halted at the side of the net. 2:01. Engblom from Gainey and Goring. Canada leading 1-0. Screen shot, really. I don't think, Tom, that Esposito had much opportunity to react on it at all.
No, I don't think he did. We see Brian Engblom, nice low shot from the point, and it's very important the Team Canada gets that early goal. That's very important to them in the hockey game.
Nice goal for Engblom right here in Montreal, where, of course, he earns his living. Gainey now getting the pass from Duguay. Gainey at center ice, shooting it in. He's checked by Langway, slammed in against the board. Now Talafus against the boards. Gainey in on top of him. He gets the pass away. Starting out for the United States is Broughton. Broughton over the line. Christoph going in deep. Engblom on top of him, and he rides him out of the play, and the puck goes into the corner. Talafus is there. Down he goes against Gainey. Puck is underneath Gainey, and there's Beck. Beck kicking it into the corner, trying to pin it in there, and unable to as Talafus tries to poke it free. Finally, Gainey falls on top of it. Called for a face-off. Dean Talafus. As you see, Bob Gainey skating towards the bench. Gainey and Goring have been just outstanding in this series. Not only defensively, which we could expect, but also offensively.
Brian Engblom just inside the point after Team Canada winning the draw, beating Tony Esposito low and right on the net, not having much chance, not being able to see it was Esposito.
Potvin ahead now and bringing it out to center ice is Linsman. Linsman feeding it in. Middleton breaking in. Middleton got that big goal in the game against the Soviet Union to start the floodgates, open the floodgates. Now it's Howe in the corner. Howe stick handling against Middleton. Beats it dangerously in front of his own net. It's cleared out over center ice off the stick of Miller. Now at the center ice area, Gare shooting it right back in again. Esposito tried to knock it down. It comes to the boards on this side. Clear to the point. Robinson's got it. Shoots it in. Middleton's behind the net. He's got Gare out in front, but he can't get it to him. Linsman shot it wide. Now a hard check thrown against the boards by Potvin. It's cleared in front. Linsman can't reach it as it's knocked to the boards. Robinson moves in, but it's poked out to center ice by Tom Gorence. Christian deep in his own zone, or at least in Team Canada territory. Robinson, Linsman, and a high sticking call by referee Andy Van Hellemond, and Canada is going to draw a penalty. Denny Potvin, I believe, is heading to the penalty box, coming at the 4-minute mark of the first period.
While he was looking daggers at Miller, they seemed to have a little collision there when they were chasing the puck, but Denny Potvin gets the high sticking call. First Team Canada penalty.
So Potvin at the 4-minute mark, 1-0, Canada leading. Engblom from Gainey and Goring at 2:01.
There we saw the little run that Langerman took at middle.
At 4 minutes.
Johnson to take the draw for the United States. Against Goring. Puck is batted along the boards. Breaking his stick on the play was Eaves behind the net. Christian being checked by Engblom. Engblom having trouble against the boards. Try to poke it free. Pinned in there. Johnson moves in. Also Christian. Gainey and Engblom. Real tangle against the boards. And it's held for another face-off.
You noticed how many there had 3 Team USA players around that puck. That's very important. When the puck is up for grabs and you don't have clear possession on the power play, because you've got that one-man advantage, you don't have to worry about all 3 forwards can get in there, try and tap that puck back so you gain possession again. You don't have to worry about playing your spot there. It's more important to get possession of that puck again and set up.
Set for the face-off. Engblom seeing a lot of ice time very early in this game. He was benched for the last game. Actually for 2 games after the Czechoslovakian game. Puck is shot wide of the Team Canada net. Now starting out, it's Barry Beck. Beck ahead for Goring at center ice. Goring cutting across. Good move. Goring stick handling with it. Working with Gainey up front. Now Beck has it. Beck inside his blue line. Fires it down the ice. Back to get it is Richie Dunn. Dunn behind his own net. Coming back is Eaves. He's number 18, but it's fed off to the right side to Mark Johnson. Johnson beating it off the leg of Trottier back into the United States zone. And there it's Dunn. Dunn with Duguay right on top of him. Johnson, number 9. To the right side for Eaves. Eaves, good move to get around Duguay. Eaves still with that puck as he hits the line. Eaves now checked by Duguay, coming back. And is fired back out over center ice. Duguay in for checking. Richie Dunn feeds it across ice. O'Connell off the boards. Talafus ahead at center ice for Broughton. Broughton's over the line, clears it in front. Coming back on the play is Raymond Bourque, and he clears it down the ice. Langway back to get it. Langway around his net. Now the captain of the United States with the injury to Robbie Fedoruk. Talafus shooting it into the corner on the far side. Bourque after it against the boards. Clears it to the blue line. Langway keeps it in. The shot on goal. The first for the United States in the period. Now they jam behind the net. Talafus going down as Gorence. The loose puck rattled off the boards past Langway and down the ice. seconds remaining in the power play. Morrow straight up ice to Talafas at center ice. Talafas on the move with Langway. It's flipped in. Talafas trying to break around the defense. Liut shovels it off into the corner. Along the boards for Gillis. Gillies shoots it down the ice. The penalty is over. Back to touch it will be Langway, and icing will be called. 6:15 gone in the period. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a minute. Rob McClanahan out there for the United States. He'll take the draw. McClanahan of the Buffalo Sabres, part of the U.S. team. From St. Paul, Minnesota. The puck is cleared behind the net. Part of the U.S. team, that Olympic team from Lake Placid, as Robinson cruises at center ice. Try to get it over the line. Turning now as Bossy gets it again. Feeds to Trottier, and Trottier shoves it into the corner on the far side with Gillies moving in. Landry trying to clear it away. Backhanded behind the net. Gillies is there. Turning around in the corner. In close quarters is Miller. He goes down. Now moving in is Trottier. Trottier kicking it along the boards. Gillies out in front. Quick shot by Bossy. Another shot that's wide. Cleared away by the defense and tightened up very, very well in front of Esposito. At center ice now McClanahan. Over the line. Drop pass. That one for Gorance. Behind the net. Out in front. Back to the point. A shot that's wide of the net by Howe in the corner. Robinson. Gillies. Gillies ahead, Trottier, Howe at center ice, moves it right back to Gorance. Gorance over the line. Poked away from him by Trottier, and Robinson forced back behind his own net. Robinson, straight up ice. That's Bossy at center ice. Over the line, the big shot, scores! Bossy from 90 feet. And Tony Esposito just did not see that one at all or couldn't react.
Well, he certainly didn't look very good on that because Bossy got a little bit of a break on the change. He's just over the blue line, takes that shot, it eludes Tony Esposito's gloves. The United States were trying to get the change at the time. They were going to their far bench. That gave Bossy a little bit of room down the side, and he just whistled one by Tony Esposito's gloves.
Bossy from Robinson and Trottier. That's the official scoring on it. As Dion comes back over the line. Dion stopping against the boards, feeds it into the slot, but Gretzky wasn't in deep enough, and here comes Miller. Warren Miller at center ice, hits the line, 2-0 Canada leading. The goal came at 7:27. Eaves at center ice. Eaves feeding it straight ahead. Hartsburg.
Larry Robinson.
Dion against the boards, clearing it back into his own zone now and coming right back out to center ice. Bork ahead for Dion. Dion over the line. Dion with Hartsburg at the point. There's the shot. It's right on. And again, Esposito had some problems. He held on. Canada leading 2-0. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Face off to the right of the USA goal, Linseman. By the way, the point by Larry Robinson was his first ever in Canada Cup competition. Can you believe that? Robinson went through 7 games in 1976 without a point and 5 games here. But he is playing certainly much better in this hockey game than we've seen him in the tournament so far. Skating much better. He didn't have a full training camp, part of the problem, at least in the eyes of most of us who have been watching him. Out at center ice, Morrow. Canada leading 2-0. The goal, Bossy from Robinson and Trottier at 7:27. Puck is cleared in over the line by Broughton. Behind the net, Liut flipping it into the corner for Gare. Gare trying to poke it free. Now to the side of the net. Liut had trouble handling that. Tried to scoop it up off the ice. It's shot into the corner. Beck throws the check to Talafas behind the net. Now trying to pin it in there against Kristoff. And it pops free. Is cleared out to the blue line. Not out. Here's Langway getting set. Feeds it in front. And Beck is right there. Is trying to turn and get the shot away was Talafas. Linseman in the corner. Gare, number 18. Gare circling away from Talafas. Now Langway. His bouncing shot cleared away at the net. Off the boards, but not out. Canada running around a bit as Broughton keeps it in. Talafas out in front, but there was nobody there. Gare racing forward against the boards, and it's flipped out to center ice past Langway. He'll go back to get it. Morrow on this side. Morrow to the line, but he can't get past Engblom. Now Langway will try again. Langway over the line, trying to get loose as Gorance. There's the shot. Now off the boards, Goring out at center ice. As Team Canada has his checkers out there now. Howe coming back into his own zone with Gainey on top of him. Feeds it off to Langway. Out to center ice for Miller. Miller, the long shot, well wide of the net. Robinson out at center ice for Duguay. Duguay over the line. His shot, and it goes off a leg to the side of the net now. Langevin leaving it. Starting out for the United States is Miller. He drops it off for Howe at center ice for Christian. Christian, number 13, over the line. Getting set as he rolls it back in front. The pass made by Gorance. Into the corner, Christian being checked by Potvin. Back to the point for Langevin. His shot, a screen shot, well wide of the net. Howe on this side. Into the corner, Christian. Christian takes a hit from Potvin. Robinson feeding it ahead for Duguay. Duguay flipping it out over the blue line to center ice, and Howe's got it. Howe, Potvin, Christian for the United States to Howe. Howe shooting it in. Liut just touches it behind his own net. Potvin goes back for it. He starts out, beats it straight up ice for Trottier. Trottier to Bossy on the fly as he hits the line. Now at center ice. Eaves shooting it in. Steering it behind the net. Liut for Potvin. Gillies trying to get it out. Can't. Back to the point. There's the shot by Reed Larson. Gillies gets the loose puck. Rink wide for Bossy. Trottier moving, trying to cut across, but it's Gillies in front. He can't reach that loose puck, and the Team USA defense tightens up. Starting out at center ice. Broughton getting it over. Cleared up onto the glass and down into the corner by Miller. Johnson, he's checked on the play. A broken stick there. That belongs to Raymond Bourque. Behind the net, Trottier. Bourque moves in without his stick. Now Trottier. Trottier starts out. Trottier just cruising at center ice, shoots it in. And back to get it for the United States is Neil Broughton. Broughton moving to center ice. The pass for Johnson. Johnson shooting it in. He's checked from behind by Lafleur and Hartsburg. Hartsburg ahead for Dion. Up to Gretzky. Gretzky with Lafleur as they hit the line. Gretzky shoots the save, and Lafleur is there, but he can't get his stick on it. Now Dion bursts across the ice looking for that loose puck. And the United States starts out. At center ice, Dean Telephus. Standing up at the blue line was Bourque. Stopping further play. The puck is cleared in offside. And we'll have a face-off outside the blue line. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. In the game seen earlier on CTV, as you look at Scotty Bowman, Soviet Union defeated Czechoslovakia 4-1. The Soviets are in the Canada Cup final, facing the winner of this game. From behind his own net. Head off out over center ice. Here's Dion racing after that puck, but he's offside. Two-line pass. Face off down in Team Canada territory.
Well, you know, the rule isn't quite the two-line pass.
From the face-off, Team Canada, Gretzky getting the pass from Raymond Bourque. He can't get loose, but Hartsburg trailing on the play, comes up, shoots it down over the line. Esposito steers it behind the net. Mark Howe. Howe off the boards. Trying to get loose is Gorance. He feeds it right back behind the net. Lafleur's right in there against Howe. Lafleur and also Gretzky now. Gretzky trying to get it back out to the point for Bourque. Unable to. And the United States comes out. Clearing it in is Christian. Racing in is Gorance along with Hartsburg. And steering it around into the corner on the far side. That was Liut. Out at center ice. Gretzky reaching for it, but Larson came across ice to prevent further play there. Now at center ice. Working up towards the Team Canada line is McClanahan. He shot it in. Hartsburg behind his own net. This defensive pair has played very well in the tournament, Hartsburg and Bourque, as Hartsburg gets it at center ice. Hartsburg over the line, and Rick Middleton breaking up the middle was too quick on the play, and it's called for a face-off. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. Linsman centering Middleton and Gare. Face-off outside the line as Linsman takes the draw against Eaves. It's cleared back into the USA zone where Richie Dunn has it. Now against the boards, flipped high into the air and up into the crowd. We'll have another face-off. Interesting note here, both teams in this game are pretty much the same in terms of average age. It's been totaled up, the USA with a 25.3 average age, Team Canada 25.7, but a very interesting statistic in NHL experience, which we'll relate to in a moment as they're chasing a couple out of the playoff circle. Team Canada players have played a total of 9,100 NHL games, USA only 3,400. tell you an awful lot as Eaves out at center ice backhands it in. Beck behind his own net. Gare rattling it around the boards. Beck in the corner on this side, but he can't control the puck, and it's cleared up in against the boards, and we're going to have an interference call. I didn't catch who that's going against, Tom.
Kenny Linseman, I believe, going off. He was interfering as they were trying to tip the puck back to the point. Kenny Linseman was getting in front of the Team USA player. Andy Van Hellemond caught it from behind the net, and away Ken Linseman goes.
It won't be the last or the first interference penalty Ken Linseman has taken.
Well, you know, he adds a little zip and a little fire and a little dash, you know, to Team Canada. He's always around the puck, and he's quick, and he's got the good moves, and he adds a little speed, and he's always around the puck, and he's always creating a little bit of havoc. He makes things alive enough.
For interference at 13 minutes, 53 seconds.
There's the time, 13:53. Robinson along the boards, Goring out there, penalty killing, clears it out to center ice. Langway's got it. Langway to Morrow. Morrow with Goring on top of him gets it over to Langway. Talipus out there along with Broughton, and on the far side that's Kristoff handing it in. And it's offside, the face-off outside Team Canada's blue line. There you see Steve Kristoff. The Minnesota North Stars, born in Richfield, Minnesota. Played at the University of Minnesota, as so many of these players from Team USA have. Langway, he didn't. Played at the University of New Hampshire. Langway, a member of the Montreal Canadiens, behind the net. Langway coming to the line. Gainey's right there. Gainey on top of him, clears it over the line for Broughton. Robinson chased off the puck. Loose inside the zone. Now Talipus in for Broughton. Broughton's got room out in front, and he fed it right past Kristoff. He's in the corner now with it. Kristoff out to the blue line. Morrow chopping it in. Potvin, good move, and he beats it down the ice. Very pretty move by Denny Potvin. Morrow behind his own net. Morrow, who has an Olympic gold medal and 2 Stanley Cup rings to show for 2 years in the National Hockey League. Final year as an amateur. Now Christian shooting it rink wide. On this side, Broughton out to the blue line. Morrow. Johnson to Morrow. Shoots it wide of the net. Loose at the side. Robinson moving in. Now Johnson circling. Johnson out to the blue line. Knocked down there by Langway. Langway had to go off a leg. Eaves there. They battle for it in the corner as Potvin tries to kick it 3, and then finally moving in is Christian. Out to the blue line. There's the shot. It's knocked down by Liut. He covers up and holds for the faceoff. Mike Liut of the St. Louis Blues making the save. 23 chances. Team Canada has allowed just 4 power play goals. 23 seconds remaining in the penalty. Scotty Bowman behind the Team Canada bench. His team has not lost yet through 4 exhibition games and 5 tournament games. The only point lost, that 4-4 tie against Czechoslovakia. Trottier in against the boards. Christian handling to the corner. Behind the net, Miller checked. Middleton stick handling through. He goes down as he's checked by Eaves. Still trying to control that puck. Now get it in and against the boards. And shoots it behind the net to the far side where Raymond Bourque has it. Bourque for Canada. He makes a good move getting away from the forechecking of Eaves. Fires it rink wide. Hartsburg out at center ice. The penalty is over. Trottier over the line for Gretzky. It's offside, and we'll have a face-off. Canada leading 2-0. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. Well, to the right of your screen, a Hall of Famer, Gump Worsley, who's a scout now with the Minnesota North Stars. Lou Nanne, the general manager of Team United States, also the general manager of Team USA here at the tournament. Talipus against the boards. Lafleur, Gretzky gets it out over the line. Zion coming across ice, but Langway controls it. See why they've been talking so much about Langway's play in this tournament as Beck reaches for it over the line, but it's offside and called for a face-off. Canada leading 2-0, 3:39 remaining in the period. Canada has outshot the U.S. 6-2 in the period, so they've played it pretty close to the vest. You see see Neil Broughton on the U.S. bench. Out there for the United States is McClanahan. But as Howe shoots it to the line, not in. Gretzky at center ice now with Dion. Over the line, Gretzky. Gretzky stick handling to the far boards. Tried to drop it back for Lafleur, trailing on the play. McClanahan has it. McClanahan up over center ice with Gorance. Over the line, check. Here comes Lafleur with Dion. Lafleur and Dion 2-on-1. Lafleur winds up, fakes the shot, clears it in front, and Dion shot it wide. Dion had the wide open net. Here's Lafleur, and it's blocked at the defense, and bringing it out to center ice now is Gorance. Gorance down over the line. McClanahan going for the net as Gorance is checked off the puck behind the net by Englo. Behind the net, they try to get it out in front. Lafleur intercepts. Here comes Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky with Dion. Gretzky, oh, what a move. He shoots, and the save over the far side. Cleared in front by Dion, out to center ice, and the crowd is buzzing here at the Forum. Robinson at center ice, trying to get it past Gillies, so down to the line, it's cleared back out to center ice. Turning with it is Potvin. Potvin along the line, circling back. Potvin to Robinson. Robinson working to the line now. Robinson trying to one-hand it over the line, drops it back. Flipped in front for Potvin. Potvin to Trottier. His shot on the short side. The rebound. Loose in front. Another shot. That one by Bossy. Back out to the blue line for Potvin. His shot is blocked. Robinson. He clears it into the corner. There's going to be a penalty. Out in front. Potvin. Loose puck in front. The shot. They score. Mike Bossy with his second goal of the game. Tremendous pressure exerted by Team Canada.
They just couldn't get that puck out. You see sprawling bodies all over the place in front of the net. Bossy, as he does so often, picking up that loose puck off of the crease, but 2 or 3 times. Rob Miller had gone down to break to block a shot, and the defensemen were going down all over the place, but they failed to clear the puck. Bossy was left alone in front of the net to tip in his second goal of the night.
Potvin and Trottier will draw assists on it. Puck is cleared in, and Duguay's in there after it, but beating him to the puck, and there'll be a penalty to Team Canada. Their third penalty of the period as Gainey picks it up. It's called inside the zone. Well, Mike Bossy has scored his 7th and 8th goals of the playoff. 17:54 from Potvin and Trottier. Duguay's off now on the penalty. And bringing it to center ice. It's the 3rd straight penalty called against Team Canada. Puck is behind the net. That's Johnson, number 9. Trying to work it free. Still got that puck now. Feeds it out to Reed Larson. Larson into Johnson. Johnson had it checked away from him by Bourque. Bourque can't move it up the boards. Behind the net for Eves. Eves trying to get it out in front, but Hartsburg was blocking the way there. Look at Hartsburg on top of Eves. Now out to the point. It's shot back in by Richie Dunn. Behind the net, Liut along the boards for Goring. He deflects it to Gainey, and Gainey rattles it off the boards and down the ice. Duguay for tripping at 18:06. 1:14 remaining in his penalty. 1:05 remaining in the period. Talbot over to the far side at center ice for Broughton. He's down over the line now. Broughton getting set. Put it right into the skates of Trottier. Middleton's there. He can't get it out. Middleton loses his stick. Falls on top of the puck. Larson's right there, and so is Trottier, and it's called for a face-off. 50 seconds remaining in the period. Canada leading 3-0. There's Bryan Trottier, who centers, I suppose you could call it the second line of Team Canada. Well, you'd never know by the scoring statistics because Gretzky, Lafleur, Bossy, Trottier are all right at the top of the scoring list, as Team Canada has the top 5 scorers in the tournament coming into the playoffs. Of course, Gilbert Perreault is still right there, out now with a broken ankle, suffered in the Sweden game. Trying to get loose in front of the net now. That was Kristoff. Now here comes Middleton. He flips it down the ice. 41 seconds remaining in the period. In his own zone, Morrow. Langway. Langway with a good move around Middleton. At center ice, Langway backhands it in over the line. It's cleared back out by Potvin. Langway. Morrow. Morrow straight up ice. Middleton on top of him over the line for Broughton. Tried to drop it back there, but it failed to work. And it's back down into the USA zone. Middleton in there forechecking on Langway. Backhand pass by Kristoff. He can't get out of the zone. Middleton at center ice. Middleton off the boards for Trottier. Trottier with 7 seconds remaining in the period. center ice, Talipus. And there's the siren to end the first period of play. And Team Canada dominated all the way. They have 3 goals. Bossy 2 of them. Englund with the first goal of the game. They outshot the United States 10-2. Teams are on the ice. We're set to go with the second period of play with Canada leading 3-0. There are the goals. The Englund goal assisted by Gainey and Goring. Bossy from Robinson and Trottier, and then Bossy from Potvin and Trottier. 3-0. Canada outshot the United States 10-2 in the first period. Neil Brunton will take the draw at center ice against Butch Goring. 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Ron Duguay. Very quick first period. It took us 34 minutes to play. And from the faceoff, it's back to Robinson, who gets it off the boards for Gainey at center ice. Christoph turns and shoots it right back in again. Talipus tipping it into the corner for Robinson. Robinson around the boards for Gainey. The penalty has expired. Can't get it out of the zone. Up against the boards, that's Ken Morrow, but is fired out to center ice and backed up against his own line is Langway. Langway, Christoph bounces it in. Liut cautiously leaves it for Robinson into the corner for Gainey. Gainey back behind the net. Potvin there, straight ahead for Goring. Tracks it down against the boards, off the boards for Duguay. Duguay to Gainey. Gainey's over the line. Gainey into the corner, intended for Duguay. Back there is Langevin with Duguay on top of him. Morrow gets it. Talipus, Broughton out at center ice for Christoph. Firing it right back in. Hartsburg, Dugay's there, but it's poked back out to center ice. Christoph working to the line. He's all alone at center ice with 4 Team Canada members around him. At center ice, it's Gainey. Released Lafleur to Gretzky to Dion. Dion can't reach that, and Lafleur picks it up coming back. Lafleur stick handling with it at center ice. Bork over to the far side. Hartsburg in over the line. Langevin against the boards with Lafleur on top of him. The loose puck is picked up by Gorence at center ice. Bork ahead, intended for Gretzky, off his stick, and Langway's got it. Langway, Dion turning and coming in with Gretzky. Lafleur catching up on the play. It's back intended for Lafleur, but he was turning away on the play. And Langevin's got it against the boards on this side. Langevin at center ice, hard hit there on Gorence by Hartsburg. Gorence gets it again. Langevin shooting it in. Liut leaves it for Hartsburg around the boards for Gretzky. Gretzky to Lafleur. Lafleur ahead for Bork. Bork hits the line, but he can't control it as it hops high in the air on him. Now down in over the line once again is Eaves. Eaves with Beck in his sights. Just dumped it off into the corner. Bossy. Gillies checked on the play. Turning, coming right back in again is Mark Johnson, and his shot is wide of the net. Gillies gets it again. Gillies cutting in front of his own net with a head of steam. Now comes Gillies to center ice. Gillies with Bossy to the line. He tried to get it to Bossy. Coming up the middle, it's intercepted by Eaves. Johnson's shot. It's blocked at the defense by Englund. Beck cutting in front of his own net and holding further play is Mike Liut. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
People talk.
There's Big Barry Beck of the New York Rangers. Part of the Memorial Cup winning New Westminster Bruins from the Vancouver area. Played with Colorado, part of a big deal the Rangers made to get him. Gave up 5 players and a lot of money. There's the shot by Langway, and that was off the net, but Liut, with all of that traffic in front of him, just called it further play.
Yeah, and it's important, too. Not only was the shot off the net, but when there's a little bit of confusion there, a little bit of traffic around that net, it's always good to kill the puck, take the face off, get everybody organized again.
Trottier wins the draw. Englund along the boards for Bossy. He has 2 goals in the game. Langway, and he loses the puck at the blue line, but neatly covering up. Good play by Broughton, who was right on top of that play, and he poked it back to his defense. Englund behind his own net. Englund pushed off the puck. Trottier's back there. Trottier turning. Starts to organize. Now starts up ice himself. Beats it off to Beck on the far side. He shoots it in. Bossy down in there. Langway beats him to it and is fired up into the USA bench and called for another face-off. Rod Langway, if we were voting for an all-star team in this tournament, I think probably Rod Langway would be on it. He's been very, very steady for the United States in this tournament. Born in Taiwan, but makes his home in New Hampshire. Very good athlete, an excellent football player at the University of New Hampshire. Big fella. Played some pretty good defense last year for the Montreal Canadiens. part of a Vezina Trophy winning defense. Puck is fired off the boards, off the skate of Gorance, but out at center ice. Potvin just rattles it right back in again. Now on the far side, Middleton's on top of him, is chopped out to center ice. Robinson, Middleton can't control it. Against the checking, Potvin, he's checked. Loose puck is taken by Middleton. Middleton ahead. Gare, Linsman breaking, gets the pass. Linsman into the corner after it. Linsman slammed in against the boards by Langevin. Gare's there, out in front. Robinson shoots, and a good save by Tony Esposito. He covers up long enough to draw the whistle. Good play there. A lot of hard work going on behind the net, especially by Linsman.
And as we've seen so often, Linsman getting the puck out, defenseman moving off that point, coming right down. Larry Robinson doing it this time, but Potvin we've seen time and time again. Bourque doing the same thing. Linsman coming back, trying to poke and look for that rebound. But defensemen coming off that blue line, they don't have to stay there as if they're stapled to it. They move right in and try to get an opportunity on goal.
From the faceoff, Langevin around the boards on this side. Neil Broughton, or at least Mark Johnson, gets it to the center ice area past Gainey. Hammered off the boards. Cleared down by Larson. Cleared out in front. Good defensive play by Duguay. You see him come back on that play. At center ice, Raymond Bourque. Bourque over the line, offside. He lost control of it just as he was hitting the line and forced Bob Gainey to go offside. There's John Ziegler, the president of the National Hockey League, in attendance watching the best players in his league on the ice. Played 4 minutes and 7 seconds here in the second period. Canada leading 3-0. They've outshot the United States 11-3. Puck is cleared out to center ice. Bourque's got it out there. Rattles it off the boards. At the defense, Morrow hoists it down into the Team Canada zone. Craig Hartsburg back to get it. Hartsburg chopping it behind the net. He lost his stick on the play, and it's Duguay who covers up. Duguay ahead for Goring. Goring with Gainey out at center ice and cleared into the USA zone. Goring, he can't reach it as Langway's got it. Out at center ice. Cleared off the stick of Beck. And here comes Dion over the line. Dion takes a hit. Langway stepped right into him as he crossed the line. Morrow at center ice hits the line. Morrow, the far side. The shot is right on. Taken by Talafas. Morrow's in deep. So's Talafas. Beck battling the two of them in the corner. Trying to poke it free now is Gretzky. He's got it. Look at that stick work as he gets it ahead for Dion. But Dion couldn't reach that leading pass. Now here's Engblom ahead for Lafleur, and Gretzky's alone. Gretzky shoots it right on, and a good defensive play by Langway as he cleared that rebound away with Lafleur right in front. At center ice, down to the line comes the United States. They're unable to get through the defense as Kristoff was carrying that one at the point on the far side. Gorance battling for it. Beck has it. Beck turning out at center ice. Howe will get it at his line. Howe rink wide. Langevin can't reach that pass. It's out over center ice past Bob Miller. Out of the line again. Trying to get in front of that net there, and it rolled wide of Robinson. Behind the net is Gorance. Cleared straight ahead. Gillies. The pass for Robinson. Robinson to Gillies. Gillies dropping it back to Bossy. Bossy's shot is wide of the net. Out in front. But poking it away was Esposito. For the USA, at center ice, it's Kristoff. Kristoff beating that pass off. The quick shot, and it's wide of the net. Down on the play goes Bossy. At center ice, Trottier. Trottier winding up. The shot blocked by Esposito. Seemed to fight that puck a little bit. Mark Howe clearing it out to center ice. Potvin to the far side for Hartsburg. That took a bad bounce off the boards. Hartsburg to Potvin. Potvin to the line. Potvin, oh, what a move. He shoots, and he just missed the upper left-hand corner. Now in against the boards. Gare is down. The puck is loose behind the net. Pinned in there by Richie Dunn and held for a face-off. There you see the score. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Well, they've come from all over Canada. Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. A couple of fellas from Newfoundland when Tom and I were down doing the opening of the show out on the passageway down below. Puck is cleared into the corner. Richie Dunn. Back pass out in front now. Hartsburg overskated as it rolled off the tip of his stick. The shot was right on. Good save by Esposito. There's going to be a penalty as Gare goes down on the play, and the United States is going to pick up a penalty. It'll be the first power play advantage for Team Canada in this game.
Richie Dunn just holding Danny Gare off the edge of the net when that shot came through, trying to prevent him from going to the net when the shot came through from the point. But Richie Dunn had a hold of Danny Gare, wouldn't let him go in front of the net, shaking his head there. He's a little upset about it, but nevertheless, he held him, and he wouldn't let him back in front of that net to pick up the garbage.
Well, Richie Dunn doesn't get a lot of penalties, only 34 minutes last year as a defenseman for Buffalo. From Boston, Massachusetts. Penalty coming at 7:04. Dunn for holding. And the power play is out there. Gretzky, Lafleur. Watch Dion. He will take the draw. He's got that bad elbow, as we said.
At 7 minutes.
And from the face-off, it's kept inside as Middleton keeps it there. It's just chopped past Miller against the boards. Lafleur takes a hit from Langevin. It's behind the net, and Langway golfs it down the ice. Well, Langway's seen a lot of ice time in this game. Gretzky behind the net now, chops it back to Potvin. Potvin standing behind his net. Out to center ice, it goes off Middleton, sticking down to the USA line. Langevin shoots it right back past Potvin and into Team Canada territory. Potvin, young hands on top of him. Lafleur around the boards, and Langway moves in and sends it right back again. Team Canada not looking good so far in this power play with 1:15 remaining in the penalty. We're done at center ice, and there's going to be a penalty called for interference.
A bad penalty taken by Wayne Gretzky. He was getting a little frustrated there as he moved across in front of his own blue line looking for the pass. He was being checked very closely by Miller of the United States team, and he just gave him a little tap at the back of his legs there, took the skates out from underneath him. He's called for interference.
Well, Canada leading 3-0 in this game. Shown an awful lot of this power play, and then suddenly it's evened up.
Denny Potvin moving the puck out just as the puck gets the blue line. You see Gretzky just crossing in front of his own blue line. He was being checked closely by Miller, and he took the speed out from underneath him as he went by him.
On the face-off, back inside the zone, backing up Bourque. Over for Hartsburg. Bourque and Hartsburg have been an excellent defensive pairing for Canada. The puck is flipped down into the corner. Kristoff's there. Goes in against the boards with Trottier. It's flipped into the corner on the far side for Hartsburg. Hartsburg into the corner. Bossy, he's got Bourque out to the point, but he gets it to Hartsburg. Bourque is all alone. Bourque getting set now. There's the shot, and moving quickly was Langevin to get into position to block that. Langevin gets it, clears the line. Bourque knocks it down. Bourque getting set. What a move. Now he gets set in front. He cleared it, and Bossy just wasn't in deep enough. He had all the right ideas. Now here's Bossy cutting in front of the shot, and he rattled that just wide. Now out at center ice, Bossy circling back into his own end. Trottier, 24 seconds left in the penalty to Richie Dunn, and then the U.S. will have a power play advantage. Hartsburg working to the line. He flips it in. Langway cutting across. Checks him. Langway, number 23, behind the net. He leaves it for Mark Howe. Now it's cleared straight up ice. At center ice, it's stolen by Goring as he came up behind Kristoff and hooked it away from him. Here comes Goring. Goring down over the line. Goring finds room. He gets in front of the net. He shoots. Oh, the save. And the rebound. It bounced in front. Engblom takes the shot. Beck gets it. Shoots it into the corner. Goring's back there to get it. Langway pins him. Now starting out for the United States is Johnson. Johnson at center ice to Dunn. Dunn out of the penalty box. Tried to get the shot. Here's Johnson alone, and he shot it wide on the backhand. Goring straight up ice. Howe passing over the line for Christian. In for Johnson. He's checked by Beck. In against the boards. It's Eaves. Eaves to Christian. Christian drops it. The shot by Howe is off a stick. Gainey goes in against the boards. Christian's there. Back out to the point. The shot deflected right on. Good save as Eaves made the deflection in front of Liut. Now Beck behind the net. The penalty is over to Team Canada, and Gretzky picks up the puck at center ice. Gretzky over the line. Goring catching up. Gretzky clears it over to Engblom. Engblom battling forward against the boards with Johnson. Eaves moves in. The puck is batted into the corner. Gretzky's after it behind the net with Mark Howe. Howe squeezes him out of the play. Johnson's got the puck on the left side. At center ice. Down to the line. The long shot taken by O'Connell. Lafleur. He starts out. The lead pass out at center ice for Zion. That back pass to Lafleur, but right there was Broughton. Zion will try again, but he can't get back to the puck. Talapus gets it, and it's called on the offside. Canada leading 3-0. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. Well, Larry Robinson has been criticized for his play in the tournament so far, but you can't criticize his play in this hockey game. He's played quite well. Just a matter of time before he'd get his act together. Robinson now at center ice. Well, cleared all the way into the U.S. zone. Back to get it for the United States is Richie Dunn. In the corner, Lafleur. Gretzky tried to get it back to Lafleur, does, and then Lafleur overskated it. Zion moves in. Good stick handling work as the puck is cleared straight up ice. Broughton at center ice. It's deflected down over the line. Tallapas going into the corner after it. Covering up there also is Christoph. He cleared it out in front. Lafleur tracks it down against the boards. Lafleur, number 10 for Canada, rattles it off the boards. Gretzky took it out to center ice. Dion, but he couldn't get loose. Just couldn't get his stick to the puck. Now Gretzky over the line. His shot right off the chest protector of Esposito. Dion in behind the net. Dion's got the puck. Dion trying to force it out in front of Bossy. Bossy took a whack at it, but he fanned on it. Coming right back out to center ice is Dunn. To the far side. Over the line is Tallapas. Tallapas getting it in front for Broughton. The shot, good save. Loose puck. It's loose in the crease. And down goes Mike Liut, and he hangs on.
Well, perhaps the closest outside of hitting the crossbar that Team USA has come. Neil Broughton just keeping that puck in at the top of the slot. Just whistles that puck, and he has a good low shot. Mike Liut having to make one of his top saves. Broughton just at the top of the circle. Puts that puck in low, and the rebound comes across. And it's almost scooped underneath the sprawling Mike Liut. But the defense, Denny Potvin just beside, is able to help out, come back late. There you see Mike Liut's pad just killing the puck for the face-off.
Hartsburg with the puck. Number 4 being checked. There's a quick shot. Another alert save by Liut. That one taken by Christian. Now Canada on the march as Bourque carries it out over center ice, hits the line. Bourque with the wrist shot, and it's wide of the net. Trottier behind the net, out in front, Gillies, and he shot it on the short side. Esposito was there. Miller at center ice. Miller hits the line. Trottier's there, hammers it off the boards at center ice. Mark Howe clears it in. Tallapas, or at least Christian coming out of the zone, was trapped and called for the offside. Face off at center ice, and Langway crossing center ice, shoots it in. Beck is back there. Beck behind the net, one-handing it, using that strength of his, tried to get loose, but was unable to. Overskating it is Linsman. Now he backhands it into the corner. Gare clearing it right out into the slot. Eaves intercepted that, but they double-team him, and here comes Gare with Linsman. Linsman gets the pass. Over the line, Linsman trying to stick handle. He gave one too many moves there, and it was taken away. It's cleared down by Mark Johnson into Team Canada territory. That's Liut out of his net. Middleton's there. Middleton is upended. There'll be a penalty. The penalty will be handed out to Warren Miller for upending Rick Middleton. So Canada will have a manpower advantage. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment.
Warren Miller, 2 minutes for holding at 12 minutes, 51 seconds.
Warren Miller of the Hartford Whalers off for holding. Puck is cleared into the Team Canada zone. There's Gretzky. Gretzky behind his net. Trying to get to Gretzky early if they can. Fail there as Potvin takes it out to center ice. Now it's cleared over for Middleton. Middleton having trouble with Lafleur, is jumping right in on that puck. Out to the blue line. Cleared over to Potvin. Potvin taking it off the boards, feeds it in for Gretzky. He turns, rolls it into the slot. There's nobody there. And it's cleared down the ice by Tom Younghans. Younghans the penalty killer for Team USA. Behind his own net. Marcel Dion off the boards for Middleton. Middleton backing out of his own zone. Clears the rink wide. Potvin. Potvin over the line. Lafleur got it offside, bringing it back in with players dropped. And Canada's power play in this game has not really looked that good.
Well, really, Wayne Gretzky, who's a key, obviously, to the power play, he's playing a little bit sore with his arm. He's not taking the face-offs. Fortunately, Dion and so on has been on the line with him, or Guy Lafleur has been taking the draw, trying to win it. He's been out there to handle the puck and try and set things up the way he normally would do.
Well, they'll put Gretzky on the point now, at least for the purpose of the draw. Bossy going over to get another stick. So it'll be Dion taking the draw with Lafleur and Bossy. There's some firepower when you add Gretzky and Potvin to your point. Dave Christian. Over the line comes Bossy. He has 2 goals in this game. Bossy Fires it into the corner. Langway's there. He flips it out past Potvin, who is in deep, all the way down to the Team Canada line, and Christian knocked off his pins at the loose puck. The shot, the save is made not only by Gretzky but Potvin. Gretzky made the deflection, and then the loose puck is picked up by Gretzky and out to center ice for Bossy to Lafleur. Lafleur, Bossy to the side of the net. He's behind the net now. Bossy getting set. There's the shot. Blocked by the defense and chipped out to center ice once again, and Marcel Dion will go back in. Wow, a close call for Team Canada with Liut way out of the net. Ahead now. At center ice for Bossy from Gillies. Bossy has trouble. Now it's Eaves all alone. Over the line. Eaves shoots. Great save by Liut. Now cleared in front again. Here comes Morrow. His shot right on the rebound, and that hopped off the stick. All of this while Canada has the manpower advantage. Puck is cleared off a leg. USA doing a great job here, not only killing off the penalty, but going on the offense. Out at center ice for Trottier. Trottier to the line to Bossy. Bossy winds up. The shot is blocked. It's golfed out over the line off the skate of Bourque. Bourque over to the far side for Robinson. Robinson over for Trottier. Trottier in against the boards. Trottier. Duguay moving in. Now it's cleared down the ice. The penalty is over. Liut locks it at the goal mouth, leaves it for Robinson. Bourque has the puck. Bourque behind his net. Cuts dangerously in front, feeds it off the boards. Gainey at center ice, overskates it. Gainey drops it back for Bourque, who's on the march. Over the line comes Bourque. Duguay trailing on the play. Now he goes back to the point position as Bourque is in deep. Clears it over off the stick of Engblom. He keeps it in. Behind the net. Goring is right there. Mark Howe into the corner. A head intended for Broughton. It's out at center ice. Engblom. Beck off the boards. Howe for the United States. Engblom overskated it. Over the line comes Kristoff, and the puck is deflected up into the crowd, and it's called for a face-off with 4:06 remaining in the second period. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. Well, the man in the mask is Mike Liut, and he has been tested here in the second period. Canada just unable to organize its power play. Engblom off the skate of Middleton. At center ice, Reed Larson. It's taken by Johnson, number 9 for the U.S. Middleton, backhand pass Gare. Gare against the boards, flips it in. Back deep in his own zone, number 28 is Reed Larson of the Detroit Red Wings. Off the boards, Engblom moves in. It gets by him out to center ice. Eaves gets it. Linsman, Gare. Checked away from him by Johnson. Beck in his own zone, rink wide Engblom. Engblom flipping it out over center ice. Gare breaks in after it, but beating him to the puck is Richie Dunn. It's out at center ice for Linsman to Beck. Beck. Engblom on this side. To Beck. Back to Middleton, off his stick, but down into the USA zone. Langway cuts across ice. He's got it, carries it behind the net. McClanahan gets that pass. He's checked by Engblom. Middleton to Gare. Gare getting it into the corner for Linsman. Out in front, intended for Middleton, and Langway got his stick in front of that and bounced it out to center ice. Down over the line now, Christian. Breaking around the defense is Gorans. Gorans behind the net. Defense right on top of him as Hartsburg covers up. Linsman's there. Linsman pins it in along with Hartsburg and Gorans, but is poked free. In against the boards, McClanahan. Hartsburg gets the puck. Ahead for Dion. Dion at center ice, a rink-wide pass, and breaking on the left wing was Gretzky, but he couldn't reach it as the defense stood up there at the blue line and intercepted. Langway, Morrow off a stick at center ice. It bounces against the boards and down into the Team Canada zone for Hartsburg. Hartsburg ahead at center ice. Dion, Broughton, Howe. Now turning is Talafas. To this side, Langevin. Howe out for Talafas. He's played well for the United States as Talafas is over the line. Gets the shot away. It's gloved by Liut. He holds on for the face-off. 2:04 left in the second period. Canada Cup 81 continues in a moment. There's Mark Howe, one of only 3 players in the Team USA lineup not to come out of the U.S. college system. The 3 are Howe, of course, with the Toronto Marlboros, Richie Dunn from Windsor, and Mike O'Connell from the Kingston Juniors. Here's Robinson behind the net. He's checked. Along the boards for Gillies. Gillies out at center ice is knocked down by Langevin. Moving up is Potvin. At center ice for Gillies, but he can't knock it down and control it. Robinson will try. Clears it over the line. Bossy against the boards. It's cleared back out to center ice. Christoph at center ice. Now down over the line, but Robinson had him lined up and he lost the puck. Potvin. Trottier at center ice. Trottier goes down under the checking. And Howe's got it. Back into the USA zone. Langevin to Howe. Howe at center ice. Straight ahead, and it goes right by everybody, but the last person to touch it was a member of Team Canada, so there'll be no icing, as Robinson with Liut out of his own net. Cleared it right in front. A little fortunate on that. Now Liut off the boards, and down on the play goes Eaves. There's going to be a penalty to Mike Bossy with 1 minute remaining in the period. Well, Canada will be killing a penalty. Bossy for tripping at the 19-minute mark. 1 minute left in the period. They'll redo that face-off.
Number 22, Mike Bossy, 2 minutes for tripping at 19 minutes.
Mike Liut, he's been under pressure in this period. Shots on goal in the period, a little more to the United States' favor from the first period as Langevin knocks down the puck at center ice. Dunn to Eaves, to Langevin. Langevin just outside his line. It's center ice now. Here comes the USA. Langway hits the line, but it's called on the offside.
One of the things we've seen more in this hockey game, you know, when two North American teams are playing one another, the play has been around the boards coming out of their own zone. This is typical of North American play in the National Hockey League. The play around the boards is very important. In European play with a bigger ice, they use more of the center of the ice. Not only that, there's been more dumping it in. Haven't been carrying it over the blue line as per the National Hockey League.
Dunn out down in his own zone behind his own net. Richie Dunn of the Buffalo Sabres leading the rush at center ice. Here's Johnson. Mark Johnson to the line now. Feeds it off to the side of Christoph. There's a shot. Eaves scores! Eaves! A power play goal with 26 seconds remaining in the period. And it was the kind of a period where you could almost smell something like this coming.
While moving across the blue line, just stopping, feeding to Mike Eaves on his backhand, going around, protecting the puck with his leg, just brings it to the forehand and tucks it behind Mike Liut. You see him with on the backhand, protecting that puck from the defender, trying to get at it. And that's one of the advantages of playing your wrong side, because when you break in from your wrong side, you can get your body in front of it, even though you're not on your forehand for the shot. You can protect the puck from that defenseman.
Richie Dunn, 19 minutes.
So a power play goal. Puck is inside the blue line. That'll be Eaves from Johnson and Dunn. 1934. Shot inside the blue line. Bossy shooting it in. Behind the net. Bossy's after it. It's chipped up in against the glass and cleared out to center ice. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Neil Broughton checking on Potvin. He swings away from it. And the period is over. The shots on goal in the period. The United States 9, Canada 7. Canada leads the hockey game by a score of 3-1. Tony Esposito, who, of course, looms so large in a game like this. Goaltending is your key. Esposito let in what you have to term a soft goal to start the hockey game. But the United States is still in it. Canada leading 3-1. The shots on goal in that second period. A contrast to the first period when Canada outshot the United States by a 10-2 margin. 9-7 favor the United States, and Canada appeared to stop skating in that second period, and you can't do that in a sudden death game. It'll be interesting to see how this period starts. Can Canada get back some momentum? They had it just a little too easy in the first period. And a late goal in that period by Eaves from Johnson and Dunn on the power play in 1934. Now Canada will try to regain it a bit as play is underway. Trottier gets it back again. Robinson at the blue line, feeds it deep into his own zone. Straight ahead, Trottier with Bossy and Gillies. It's cleared in. Gillies going in deep along with Talafus. They bump against the boards. Backhanded into the corner. Morrow clears it down the ice. That'll go right to Mike Liut. He'll leave it for Robinson. Robinson behind his own net, clears it into the corner. Potvin to Robinson. Robinson with Broughton forechecking, and his Potvin fighting off Broughton as he comes out to center ice. A pass intended for Trottier, rattled off the boards by Langway, and Robinson's got it again, and the United States pinning Canada back inside its own zone. Now Robinson fights his way to center ice. Robinson clearing it over the line. Team Canada on the change as Gretzky comes off the bench along with Lafleur and Zion. Puck is cleared back into the USA zone. Gretzky touches it, and it's called for the face-off. Mike Bossy in this game has scored 2 goals, 2 of the 3 Canada goals. He has 8 goals in 6 games now. The most goals in the 1976 Canada Cup was 5. That was a total scored by several players, including Team Canada's leader, Bobby Hull. That was 5 goals in 7 games. So here's Bossy with 8 goals in 6 games. He's the top goal scorer in the tournament. Howe behind his own net. Gretzky just standing there. Teams playing at even strength. Howe off to the boards, out at center ice. Miller off the boards. Bourque is back to get it with Christian there. Howe moves in now. Howe getting set. He shoots it right on. It's steered into the corner. Now behind the net. Along the boards. Howe can't knock it down, and it slides all the way down into the United States zone. Howe back to get it. Dion forechecking straight up the ice, and it's knocked down at center ice by Bourque. He leaves it for Lafleur. Lafleur, Hartsburg. Hartsburg back. Bourque. Bourque crossing his line, ahead for Dion, offside as he took it over 2 lines and is called back for a face-off just inside the Team Canada line. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Eaves ahead at center ice for Johnson to Miller. Warren Miller down over the line, trying to circle the defense. He feeds it into the corner. Duguay there. Duguay straight up ice. Icing will be the call as Larson goes back to get it. And it'll be brought back down into the Team Canada zone again. This program is copyright and strictly for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or exhibition of this game without the express written permission of the CTV Television Network or Harcom Consultants Limited is strictly prohibited. Face off to the right of Mike Liut. A little conversation going on at the boards between Butch Goring and Brian Engblom. Now they're in position to take the draw. Will be Duguay from the face-off. It's cleared back to the blue line. Here's Langway. Shot right on. It's loose in front. They shot it wide. As parked right out in front of the net there was Christoph. Now Christoph again turning under a lot of pressure. Team Canada trying to get loose. Dallafus feeding it in. Broughton getting set. Gainey into the corner. Beck. United States putting the pressure on Canada. Engblom off the boards. Beck along the boards on this side. Keeping it in is Morrow behind the net. Langway going in deep. Dugay's there. Goring goes in to pin it in, and Team Canada having a lot of trouble getting out of their end.
Team USA, they realize they've got to come ahead here. We have a little bit of a hassle going on between Langway and Dugay, but Team United States know what they have to do. They're coming at Team Canada here early in this period. They want to get back in this hockey game, and they realize if they're going to get in the game, they got to do it early.
There's Darryl Sittler picking in this game. Darryl, of course, the hero of the 1976 Canada Cup. That overtime goal in the second game of the best-of-3 playoff against Czechoslovakia. There's Al McNeil, part of the coaching group handling Team Canada. Red Berenson, somewhere up in the stands watching things. He's at the other end of that headset. And Scotty Bowman, of course, running the bench. It's from the face-off now back to the point. Langevin winding up the shot, just drips wide of the net. Robinson against the boards. Middleton, he overskated it. Here's Howe trying to get set. Middleton knocking it down. And finally, it's poked out to center ice. Langevin backing into his own zone. Howe to Langevin. Langevin starting out against the boards for Christian. Christian shooting it in. And Potvin's back to get it. Potvin. Next goal in this game could be very, very important. Now along the line, it's out to center ice. Momentum seems to have swung favor of the United States as they continue to pressure Team Canada. At center ice, moving up ice. Robinson just wrists it down to the line, but Christian comes right back with it. Christian shooting it in. And back to get it will be Potvin. Potvin behind his net. Straight ahead. Gere ahead for Middleton. Middleton tried to kick it up onto a stick, lost sight of it. Against the boards, it's Miller back into his own zone. Larson, number 28 for the United States. Larson with that big booming shot, and he fires it in there, and Liut holds onto it and halts further play. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. 3:58 remaining in the third period. Canada leading by 2. It's 3-1. The face-off will be to the left of Mike Liut. Bryan Trottier to take the draw against Mike Eaves. From the face-off, USA wins the draw. The puck is shot wide of the net by Larson from the point. Bossy clears it out. Larson at center ice. Larson down to the line. Bourque makes a move to get by Johnson to the left wing for Trottier. He risks it in wide of the net, and it hits the dasher and goes up over the glass and into the crowd and called for a face-off.
Team Canada hasn't had a shot in this period, and we're almost into the first 5 minutes. Team USA putting on that pressure. They have nothing to lose here. They've got to get back in this hockey game, and they're going to press and press and press. What Team Canada has to do is they have to be patient enough so that Team USA, perhaps in their eagerness to get back in the game, get everybody caught, and they can break out of their own zone and get something going for themselves.
Hartsburg clearing it in behind the net now, and starting out is Larson. Ahead for Miller. He's over the line. Miller around the boards. Johnson's there on the far side, but it's Bourque who picks it up and just shoots it out to center ice, and Larson's got it again. Larson to Dunn. Hits the line with it. Miller shooting it in. The United States will make a change. Coming out of his own zone is Bourque. He loses possession of it under the checking of Johnson. Over the line comes Talafas. He's checked on the far boards in deep, and it's cleared in by Langway and held for a face-off by Liut. A little shoving going on inside the Team Canada zone. A fairly quiet tournament. No majors have been handed out. Had a penalty shot this afternoon, Tom.
No misconducts either, I don't think.
No misconducts.
And, you know, that shows you that really, you know, that when there is top hockey being played and everybody is so conscious of what they have to do in order to win, that we don't have those misconducts. You don't have the majors. You don't have as many cheap shots.
Looking at Steve Kristoff of the Minnesota North Stars. Engblom along the boards. Lafleur leaving it. Here comes Dion at center ice. Gretzky's cruising out at center ice himself. He gets the pass, brings it over the line. Gretzky rolling it into the slot. Beck moving in. Beck clearing it in front, and it's knocked down at the defense, and coming right back out is Neil Broughton to Talafas. Ahead for Kristoff. Over the line. He drops it for Broughton. His shot's right on. And here comes Canada with Gretzky at center ice along with Beck. Gretzky over the line, drops it for Beck. Gretzky gets it back again. Holds onto the puck, rolls it in front, and it's batted out of midair by Dion, but it hit a defenseman. At center ice, Broughton over the line, one-on-one. The bouncing puck is picked up off the ice by Liut. And with Kristoff right there, he holds on. We'll have another face-off.
Well, Liut, very wisely, you know, when they start going end-to-end, he should slow this play down. You don't want to start going end-to-end. We've got the 3-1 lead. You don't want to get into a shooting war where people are going up and down. I'm sure Scotty Bowman would be very content. Get the puck out, boys. Get it in the far end. Make the easy play. Don't be getting too fancy. We've got the 2-goal lead. Make sure we get it out. Make sure we keep that puck in and not all three forwards being cut too deep.
Well, to take the draw against Butch Goring will be Miller, Bob Miller. Puck is cleared along the boards and out to center ice, and back to get it at his own blue line is Dave Langevin. There's it down through the Team Canada line. Robinson ahead. Goring, good move, and he's hauled down. There'll be a penalty to Langevin as the puck goes into the corner. Howe holds it in there. Canada will have a power play advantage, but their power play has not been what you'd consider brilliant in this hockey game. The penalty coming at the 5:49 mark.
Butch Goring just making a little move to his backhand. Langevin getting his stick in front of him. No question about the trip as he pulls down Butch Goring at the USA blue line.
Langevin not pleased. New York Islander who hails from St. Paul, Minnesota. 5:49, tripping Langevin. Face-off will be to the left of goaltender Tony Esposito. Trottier, Middleton, Bossy, Potvin, and Robinson on the points.
Team USA penalty, number 26, Dave Langevin, 2 minutes for tripping at 5 minutes, 49 seconds.
They'll have Morrow, young hands out there as penalty killers along with Bob Miller. And from the face-off, also out there is Langway. Potvin in against the boards. Bossy out to Robinson at the point. Over for Potvin. Potvin rolls it into the corner. There's Middleton. Middleton behind the net for Trottier, but he can't reach it. Robinson moves in. A shot, and it's a blast that just misses the net. Potvin over for Robinson. Robinson to Middleton. Middleton just standing there now with young hands on top of him. Now back out to Robinson. Over for Potvin. The shot, and I don't think Tony Esposito saw that. Middleton now is checked behind the net by Morrow, and the puck is cleared down the ice. Liut out of his net as Potvin goes back to get it. Potvin coming out of his zone. Potvin ahead for Trottier. Trottier across the line with Middleton. Fed behind the net. Middleton gets it against the boards. Over for Trottier. Back to Middleton behind the net. Bossy coming out in front. And it's Langway who comes up with the puck. And it'll be called for a face-off with 1:03 remaining in the penalty to Langevin.
Denny Potvin, a very, very skillful player. He was responsible for keeping that puck in. You know, being a left shot and playing the right point, he just took the puck off the boards in his backhand, tipped it to his forehand, moves it right across to Robinson, all in one motion, keeping that puck on. Great point play with Robinson and Potvin on the Team Canada power play.
Power play looking a little better for Canada, but they still haven't had a shot. As a matter of fact, haven't had a shot in this period. Zion. Hartsburg over the line, and it's chipped right back out to center ice by Eaves, and back to get it in his end is Bourque. Bourque ahead for Lafleur. Lafleur trying to get it to Gretzky. It's off the board. Deep in his end is Richie Dunn. He gets into the blue line, not out as Bourque moves in. Bourque parked in the corner. Bourque looking for a man now. Dion's out in front. Gets it behind the net. Out in front. There's a shot by Hartsburg, who is moving in from the point position. There'll be a penalty for Raymond Bourque as the United States feeds it down into Team Canada territory. Lafleur will touch it, and we'll have a penalty called to Raymond Bourque. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
Canada penalty, number 8, Raymond Bourque. 2 minutes for hooking at 7 minutes, 22 seconds.
27 seconds remaining in the penalty to Langevin. So they'll have a minute and 33 seconds of power play advantage should there not be any more penalties called, as Morrow from the face-off clears it into the corner on the far side, and Gainey's after it in there. Also moving in is Langway. The puck comes to the boards on this side. The shot. Gainey chips it out to center ice, and out to get it is Langway. Gainey on top of him as Langway's in his own zone. Feeds it straight up ice. Now coming down through the line, it's Neil Broughton. He's checked by Robinson. To Goring. To Gainey. To Goring again. Over for Robinson. Over the line. The shot. And he's over the top of the net with that. It may have been off Esposito's pad. Goring in the corner along with Morrow. A couple of teammates during the regular season as the puck comes out to center ice. Leading the rush is Christoph as he hits the line. Potvin takes it right from him, and he brings it back out to center ice. A minute 14 left now, and a power play advantage that the Team USA currently enjoys as Langway gets it off to Eaves. At center ice, it's Eaves over the line. Hammered off the board. Beck back to cover up. Beck along the boards. He chips it out to the point. Not out. Done with a shot. It deflects wide. Had Liut off balance on that play. Now into the corner it goes. Trottier in there battling for it. Covering up on the play and shooting it to center ice, Brian Engblom. 41 seconds left in the power play. Back to get it, Richie Dunn. 3-1. Canada leading. They scored their 3 goals in the first period. The United States scored its goal in the second period. We're in the third period now. It's over the line. Larson's forced to his backhand. Now gets set, shoots it around behind the net. Eaves behind the net. Trying to get it in front. He does. The shot is right on, and Liut is right there, and Engblom takes it to the corner. He's checked there by Christian. And they hold it in there for a face-off with 12 seconds remaining in the penalty. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Well, in this tournament, Canada has been a third-period team, from the face-off. The puck is clear behind the net. Now here's Gainey against the boards. He turns, but it's Gorans who traps it, but then can't hold it inside. Langevin backing into his own zone. He gets the return pass. Over to this side. The penalty is over now as the puck is out at center ice. Over the line, intended for Miller. Out of his net is Liut. He leaves it for Robinson. Robinson, who can move. He hits the line, comes to center ice. Robinson shooting it in. It's off one of the Team USA players. That was Howe behind the net. It is Duguay battling for it in there. And out in front it comes, but Langerman alertly cleared it out of harm's way. Now here's Duguay. Gainey takes a whack at it. Players go down, no penalty. Duguay shooting it in. Langerman behind his own net. Howe gets the pass. Howe inside his own line, clears it over to the far side. Langerman tracking it down there. He's up at center ice and shoots it in, and Gillies goes back for it. Off the boards, Potvin. Potvin to center ice. The lead pass now to Bossy. Stops up. Nice move. Leaves it for Potvin. Clears it to the side of the net. Gillies just pokes it off into the corner. And now for the United States, it's Broughton. Broughton over to the far side. Langway to Talafas at center ice. Talafas hits the line. Tries to feed it in for Kristoff. It's cleared out to center ice, and Morrow has it. Over to the far side, Langway. Langway. Talafas, number 19. To Broughton. Over the line for Kristoff. Gets a good move and then shot wide as he made the move on the defense. Now in the corner, Broughton. Behind the net, Kristoff. But covering up is Gretzky. Gretzky tried to bang it off the boards, trying to get it out, and it's trapped at the blue line. Broughton into Kristoff. He takes a good hit from Robinson. Over to the far side, now to center ice for Bossy. Bossy flipping it in. Team Canada making the change as Gretzky goes in. Broughton gets the pass, and he shoots it out and down into the Team Canada zone. Liut leaving it there for Bourque. Bourque. Good rushing defenseman from the Boston Bruins. Bourque shooting it in. Lafleur racing in there along with Dunn. Dunn's got the puck behind the net for Miller. Miller under the checking of Lafleur. Langerman moves in. He shoots it out over center ice, and Bourque will go back for it. A race for the puck as Eves is there, but Bourque touches it first, and it's called on the icing. 8:24 left in the third period. Canada Cup 81. There's the fellow they call, and have called since he joined the National Hockey League in 1968, Tony O. Tony Esposito, who has played for Team Canada, now playing for the United States. Richie Dunn, number 3 for the U.S. He's checked on the play. Here's Dion with Lafleur cutting in front. Dion getting set. He flipped it in front, and Esposito intercepted that flip pass and prevented further play. Gretzky tried to hold it in, but he couldn't get it over to Lafleur, who had his back to the play. Now the puck is cleared over the line. Loose inside the blue line. Bourque just cleared it off the boards and out to center ice. Miller sending it back. Dunn at his own blue line, a hit for Eves, but it deflected right to Hartsburg to Dion. Dion to Lafleur. He winds up, fakes the shot, clears it in front, but Gretzky, there's Dion. He shoots, he scores! Lafleur to Gretzky to Dion.
Well, all of the Team Canada bench is off there to congratulate the scorers, but Lafleur just turns quickly and throws that puck. In fact, Tony O was a long way out. Wayne Gretzky, it seems like he had eyes in the back of his head when Lafleur threw that puck all the way across. And Gretzky, as he does so well, you know, he's got that 30-year-old head on a 20-year-old body. He threw that puck just where it had to be, right on Dion's stick, and he made no mistake with it in front of the net. And a very important goal at this point for Team Canada. They weren't doing very much. It was only their second shot of the period. They were sort of sitting back and letting Team USA come to them. But a very important goal for Team Canada.
Dion from Gretzky and Lafleur at 12-18 for Dion, his 4th goal of the tournament, and it's a big one. 4-1, Canada leading. Puck is cleared to the line. A hard check at the line, but covering up and moving in on the net now is Gorance. He took the shot, but it's wide. Puck is against the boards and out at center ice. Here's Goring. Goring with Middleton. 2-on-1. Middleton gets the pass back to Goring, but it was intercepted. Good defensive play. Puck is cleared off the boards. Out at center ice now for Miller. Miller clearing it in. Potvin there. Potvin shooting it up center ice past Goring. They clear it right back in again. Robinson at the side of his own net. Robinson one-handing that puck, and here he comes. The big bird, Larry Robinson, at center ice. He's over the line. Try to get it through to Trottier. It's loose inside the zone. The United States takes over as Broughton gets it out to center ice. Bourque over the line. Trottier. Trottier's shot. It's blocked, and it's cleared back out to center ice. Team Canada defense changing on the play. Bourque goes back. Or Hartsburg. Hartsburg off the boards. Gillies can't reach it. Morrow getting it ahead. Talafas shoots it back. For the United States, Langway shooting it in. Hartsburg's back there. Behind the net for Bourque. Bourque off the boards, intended for Gillies. He leaves it. We've got another 2-on-1 with Trottier to Bossy. Bossy, 3-on-1 now. Bossy took the shot as Bourque became the third man. Now here's Hartsburg. His shot's right on. Team Canada starting to apply pressure now. As the puck is cleared to center ice, Raymond Bourque back there. Covers up. Broughton's got it at center ice. Hooks it back to Morrow. Over to Langway. Langway ahead for Broughton. Johnson. Johnson's over the line. Johnson. He's checked by Bourque. Bourque at center ice. Ahead for Hartsburg. Hartsburg. Lafleur. He gets it ahead for Gretzky. What a play. Over the line it comes, but it's cleared right back out again. Now here's Miller. Miller coming down over the line. He's checked by Hartsburg from behind. Potvin covers up. Gretzky. Gretzky unable to get loose as Eaves is right on top of him. He's been all over the ice, has Eaves in this game. At center ice. Miller fans on it under the checking of Gretzky. Now here's Dion on top of Larson. Ahead for Dunn. Dunn's over the line along with Eaves, but it's cleared away from him out to center ice. Larson. He nearly put it right on the stick of Gretzky. Now Eaves trying to get in. And it is Dion who chops it away. Johnson. Mark Johnson over the line for Dunn. There's the shot. It's wide. Now it's Christian bouncing it into the side of the net. It's held for a face-off by Mike Liut. Canada leading this one 4-1. 4:53 left in the third period. Behind the net, Potvin. Potvin. Canada leading by 3. Gets it out off the stick of Gainey to center ice. Gainey to Goring. Goring with Middleton over the line. Goring shot blocked. It rolls down to Esposito, and he holds on for the face-off.
Well, down 3 goals with only 4:40 remaining in the game now. Team USA is taking all kinds of gambles. They're pressing right down at the blue line, trying to keep that puck in. They've got nothing to lose, and this is what's creating the 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s. The Team Canada is now breaking out, but they might as well, because being down this much with this much left in the hockey game, they've got to take that chance at the blue line. They've got to try to keep it in. They've got to gamble a little bit. They're going to hope to get back in the game with a quick goal.
Well, Eaves comes off the bench. Eaves has been just excellent for the United States in this game. Howe behind his own net. Howe just standing there. Goring in forechecking. Goring, number 91, is cleared right to the line, and Middleton has to keep it outside. Now fed it back in. There'll be a delayed offside as Gainey went in to touch it against Howe. And we'll have a face-off outside the blue line with 4:25 remaining in regulation time. There's Bob Gainey. What a job he and Goring have done in this tournament. Gainey drew an assist on the first goal of the game. The goal scorers in the game, Engblom and then Bossy with 2. And Canada led 3-0 at the end of the first period. Eaves scored on a power play with just 26 seconds remaining in the second period. It was 3-1, but Canada has now opened it up to 4-1 as the defenseman fell on the play. That was Langway. Talafas inside the blue line. Also been good for the United States in this game. Now Broughton hits the line. He's checked by Trottier. Bossy. Team Canada seems to have picked up its play considerably here now in the late stages of the hockey game, and an offside on that one as the pass was behind Gillies, and we'll have a face-off. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Set up because of a separated shoulder suffered during the Stanley Cup last year. But how he has played, he and Bossy and Gillies, has made up an excellent line, an all New York Islander line, as Broughton brings it to the Team Canada line. And a good move there by Bossy as Bossy then feeds it ahead for Trottier. Trottier fighting off a check from Broughton, gets in over the line. Here's Gillies getting sent over to Bossy. He shoots, and it's right on. Now behind the net. Moving in is Gillies. Gillies out to the blue line. Bourque keeps it in, bats away at it, and is brought away to center ice. Christoph carrying the puck at center ice. He gets it down to the line, and Gillies is right there to chop it back out to center ice. Langway hoists it in, a bouncing puck. Backboard is Hartsburg. Hartford straight ahead. Gillies has it from Trottier. Now over the line as LaFleur goes after it along with Dunn. Chop back for Johnson. Off the skate of Larson. Now Dion. Dion in against the boards. And cleared out over the blue line to center ice where Miller has it. Miller, Larson off the back of LaFleur. And now deep inside Team Canada territory, it's Robinson. Robinson having trouble handling that puck. Potvin straight ahead. Dion touched it just as he crossed the line. And down to Dunn. Dunn rattles it off the boards at center ice. Potvin fighting the checking of Mark Johnson. Clears it in. Esposito out of his net. Cleared right onto the stick of Dion. He's got Gretzky right in front of the net out to LaFleur. And LaFleur wasn't in a position to get the shot away. Now LaFleur fighting the checking of Miller. LaFleur in against the boards. It's clear to Gretzky. Gretzky, oh, what a move on Dunn. Out in front now to Potvin. His shot is loose in front. And there'll be a penalty for slashing.
Well, Wayne Gretzky very upset with Richie Dunn on the slash. Trying at the side of the net. Everybody's crowding around. Whoops, there's a little club in the nose.
Robinson is very, very upset. I think what Larry's saying is, look, we're leading by 3. No, we don't need any of this stuff.
Wayne Gretzky in that all too familiar place just puts it out. The defenseman moving off the point to get the opportunity, and after he makes that play, there's the slash. He turns around to face Dunn coming into the picture, and this is when the sticks begin to get high and everybody begins to push at one another.
Now Larry Robinson moving in to have his say on the play. Gretzky has already suffered an injury. It hasn't been a type of injury that take him right out of the lineup, but it has affected his play somewhat. And Robinson pretty upset. And they're going to be double penalties. Potvin's going off as well. See Langway and Robinson, a couple of Montreal Canadian defensemen standing there. Both of them wearing the C. Very similar in stature.
La punition à l'équipe des États-Unis au numéro 3, Richie Dunn. 2 minutes pour
Oh, with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining.
5, Denis Potvin. 2 minutes pour Rudess.
Well, each be playing a man short.
Penalty to Team USA number 3, Richie Dunn. 2 minutes for slashing to Team Canada number 5, Denis Potvin. 2 minutes for roughing at 17 minutes, 47 seconds.
So the face-off will be in the United States end. Gainey, Goring, Beck, along with Engblom. And Langway stays out there for the United States along with Tom Gorrance. Taking the draw is Christian, and in the corner is Morrow picking up the puck and giving it to Langway. Langway straight up the ice and all the way down. Engblom will go back for it. And as he touches it, it's called for the icing. And another face-off down in the United States zone.
Well, of course, late in the hockey game, when there's any kind of threat to a player like Gretzky, everybody is going to crowd around and they're going to protect him. They're not going to let him take any needless slash or somebody take a run at him late in the hockey game. He's too important for this hockey team to go into the final game of the tournament.
I think that, more than anything, upset Robinson. Shots on goal. Canada out shooting the United States 21-17 at this moment. Eves comes off the bench again along with Broughton. And Christian will come off along with Gorrance. 4-1, 2:02 remaining in regulation time. From the face-off, Langway, he's checked by Linsman, doing a good job. Here's Engblom. Engblom shot, and it drifts wide of the net. Comes out to Beck at the point. He flips it into Duguay. He fans on it, but it rolls all the way into Linsman. Linsman trying to feed it out in front as Engblom was breaking from the point position. Now it's Morrow. Morrow into the corner for Langway. Ahead at center ice. Eves to Broughton. Broughton with a good move, but Engblom played the man very well on it. Now in against the boards. Linsman. Engblom. Just at his line. Ahead for Linsman. Linsman circles back. 1:26 remaining. Linsman at center ice. Linsman working down to the line. And is checked away from him by Broughton to Eves. Eves over the line. Eves checked by both Engblom and Beck. Loose puck goes to Linsman. Linsman ahead for Duguay. At center ice, Duguay. Stick handling with that puck. Canada just killing it off. Now 1:05 left as the shot drips over top of the net. Mark Howe. We're in the final minute. Howe gets the return pass from Langevin. Howe misplays that as he hit the line. And it's Bourque who comes up with it against the boards on the far side. At center ice, Christian turning with it, waiting for a mate to get onside. Now it's Johnson. Johnson to Howe. Play completely at the center ice area now. Puck is knocked in over the line. Liut just leaves it there for Hartsburg. 32 seconds left. Ahead at center ice for Danny Gare. He shoots it in. Langevin in the corner. Behind the net for Gillies. Langevin gets it again. Against the boards, it's Gare. Leaves it for Hartsburg. 18 seconds left as Hartsburg got a clear path to the net. The loose puck is in front. Gillies takes a whack, but there was Esposito with 13 seconds left to hang on for the face-off.
Hartsburg just moving right inside from the point. You see Gillies in front of that net, holding the defenseman off, poking away at the rebound. Langevin trying to get in front of him, but what Gillies does so well is getting in front of that net and making sure that he's blocking those defensemen and helping to screen the goaltender in those shots from the outside.
Eddie Westphal made a quick trip down the road, I would say. Now the face-off. Eddie Westphal, of course, up in Ottawa with Bernie Pascal and Brian Smith for the broadcast this afternoon of that 4-1 Soviet victory over Czechoslovakia. The winner of this one will be meeting the Soviets Sunday night. Englund circling back into his own zone with 8 seconds left. The countdown is on. 5 seconds left. Duguay in the corner, cleared out in front. The hockey game is over. And the Canada Cup finalists have been decided as Team Canada comes off the bench to congratulate Mike Liut. He withstood a little pressure, especially in the late stages of the second period and early in the third period. And Canada comes away with a 4-1 victory, the identical score that the Soviets beat Czechoslovakia with this afternoon. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of similarities in the hockey game. 4-1. Canada wins the hockey game and gains the right to meet the Soviet Union in the Canada Cup final on Sunday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Planters and Labatt's are pleased to present Inuit soapstone carvings to the most valuable player from each team as selected by a panel of international media representatives. Le trophée Labatt sera présenté par le président de la brasserie Labatt Limited. The Labatt Award will be presented by the president of Labatt's Brewery, Monsieur Pierre Desjardins. Le vainqueur du trophée Labatt de la rencontre de ce soir pour l'équipe du Canada, the winner of the Labatt's Award as this evening's most valuable player of Team Canada, Michael Bossy. Le trophée Planters sera présenté par le président de Launay Incorporated. The Planters Award will be presented by the president of Launay Incorporated, Mr. Edwin Cornyn. Le vainqueur du trophée Planters pour l'équipe des États-Unis, the winner of the Planters Award of Team USA, Rod Langway.